We're in downtown Goliad, Texas, and East Texas, and you're looking at the Goliad County Courthouse that has been restored from the 1890s. This beautiful town square. This is one of the oldest town settlements in the state of Texas, going back to 1750 something. And we'll get a few pictures here of the business district along the square here.
We're in downtown Goliad in front of the courthouse. And if I'm not mistaken, the cupolas and everything up there on the top were restored by Michael's Construction. And that's my first cousin's husband's construction company that did that repair work. We came here sort of in honor of Jim Hetty, who just passed away last week, and he had always wanted us to come to Goliad, and for one reason or another he couldn't make it the times we wanted him to take him. So I'm glad we're finally getting here, and we're getting to learn some of the history that he wanted to relive by coming down here.
We're viewing to the west here in the town square. As you can see, there have been many restorations here of these historic buildings, and quite a nice little business district here on the square. It's not too much going on right now. There are some very nice restaurants along here, but there isn't too much activity going on right now. We're going to several historic sites here in Goliad. The La Bahia, the Presidio Bahia, which was the first settlement here in this area by the Spanish, and other battleground areas of the Texas Revolution. I'm going to pan around here to this is a very nice view of the Courthouse Square area, a business district in Goliad. We're going to attempt to locate some of the historic sites here in Goliad, but we wanted to get a good view of the downtown. And if we look this way over here, you can see that they have a beautiful square with covered sidewalks reminiscent of the late 1800s. We have arrived at the Presidio de la Bahia, the Spanish fort. This was built here around 1751 by the Spanish. This was all Spanish territory at that time. It's quite a large fort. It's completely walled in. We'll go inside. Here you see flying the 9 flags of Texas. We always hear the term 6 flags over Texas. However, there were 3 extra flags that were flown for the Texas independent state before they finally arrived at the Lone Star flag. So that adds a few extra to the group here. You have Mexico, France over here, and what's the green one? That's the First Republic of Texas. Mexican there is the red, white, and blue with the emblem on it. And of course you have the U.S. flag and the Lone Star, which is the present Texas state flag. A view of the Presidio de la Bahia. It's quite a large structure here. We're not going inside because we don't have a lot of time, and we'll be closing here shortly. We want to go over to the mission, which we'll get some more pictures over there, and there's a lot of history here, but we don't have time at this point to go inside. This monument depicts the gravesite of soldiers who fought in the Texas Revolution. They were captured and murdered, executed at this site by General Santillana. And among them was General Fannin, one of the heroes of the Texas Revolution. This is all that remains here as a monument. The grave site was a mass grave, and for years sat vacant until a monument was built over it, and this is what it is today. We are here at the Mission Espiritu Santo, the Spanish mission here at Goliad, one of the first settlements in Texas by Spanish. And we'll be able to go inside this recently restored mission. Here you see ruins of the ancient mission, established in 1849. And the church here that has been restored is now beautifully restored, recently remodeled and reinforced. Beautiful cupola and bell tower. The mission itself was quite large. It was a commercial industry for cattle. This was the actual start of the Texas cattle industry right in this location. The Spanish missionaries taught the Indians how to breed and maintain cattle in large numbers. And these grounds were all used for that purpose. This was the first cattle ranching operation in the state of Texas before it was a state. We'll be entering the church here. I just wanted to get the facade and the beautiful sculpture work here up in the front facade of the building. A rose window, very typical of the Spanish mission, colonial mission style. Arches. We're in the main chapel here. You can see it's got a high ceiling and an altar. This is very typical of the Spanish Catholic mission, Franciscan mission of the period. And all of the coloring and restoration has recently been redone. Beautiful decorations on the walls, painting. We're looking towards the back of the church from the front, and you see the gallery up above, probably used for the choir singing, hymn singing. There's no organ. I guess they had other instruments at the time, but this is a beautiful view looking from the front to the back. We're going into the baptistry here, off to the side of the church. Little room here on the side. And this is the baptistry. You see the candle lighting. Very common Spanish culture. We are entering the Aranama Nature Trail. This is named after the Aranama Indians that were resided in this area around Goliad and the mission. The Indians were actually civilized and raised here at the mission, and this trail goes down along the San Antonio River. It's very shady and nice in here as we walk along the trail. It's nice and green. We've had a lot of rain in here. They had some flooding a few weeks ago. It's beautiful. Here you see a boardwalk crossing out over this wet area here. We're going to go down in here.